What's good, y'all? Welcome to Jets Fan Views, very first show. I am your host, Truth, one of the owners of True Vibe TV. Feel free to check us out at our website, www.truevibetv.com. First, I want to give a shout out to all of you guys out there that report on the Jets, whether it's written, audio, or visual. I am a true Jet fan. I do not have hate in me. If you broadcast it, write it, or view it, I'm all over it. Again, I am a huge Jet fan, so I'm a fan of all you guys. You guys encourage me to do my own. I just want to put a little different twist on the way I do it. But again, shout out to all you guys who are doing this already. Because I'm coming in the game so late, a lot has happened with draft and free agency. I will be uploading my videos, giving me an opportunity to kind of catch up to everyone that's pretty much up to date. But when training camp starts, I will be going live. My show will be airing live Tuesdays, where you will be able to call in. You will be able to go in the chat and chime. Also, if you have particular topics or subjects or situations you would like for me to discuss, whether it's Jets related or not, again, go to the website, www.truevibetv.com. Scroll all the way down to the left bottom on the left-hand side. You'll be able to scroll down, pick this particular show, enter your email, add what kind of topic, subject, or player you would like for me to discuss. I will be able to interact with you via email to let you know exactly when I will be discussing that topic. All the way trying to, again, catch us up to I would say, the start of training camp. Again, I will be going live. So for my first show, what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of go over quickly, how do we get, as a Jets organization, how do we get to this point where we're, I would say, not as great as we would like us to be? We have a lot of holes in our offense and in our defense. So I wanted to start there. So I'm going to start from 2015 with all of the drafts that we have, all of the players we have drafted from 2015 to now, to 2019. 2020, I want to leave to Mr. Joe Douglas. I'll do a separate video on that. So I wanted to start again with a lot of the situations that has happened to us that put us into the position where I know we're not at what we should be at, or other Jet fans would like us to be now. So obviously from 2015 all the way to 2019, McCagnon was our general manager. So I want to go over his draft picks to really kind of show the importance of having a great general manager, a great scouting team, to really make your team competitive, to go to the playoffs and eventually win a Super Bowl, because that's pretty much what it's all about. You don't enter the league, enter the season, and be like, I just want to make up the playoffs and be happy. We want to win a Super Bowl. Obviously, this is a guy I think that we stuck with way longer than we should have. And I understand we let him pick the 2019 team and then fired him, which really wasn't the greatest thing to do. But sometimes you just have to rip the Band-Aid off and let it bleed, let it swell, let it hurt. And eventually, with the right medication, right antibiotics, that wound would heal. So let's kind of like jump into it real quick. So from 2015 draft, there's only one player on this entire draft roster from 2015 that is pretty much still in the NFL or has, I would say, a good career. Leonard Williams, I think, is a great player. I'm not saying he's the greatest. He's a superior athlete. I think he's great at a lot of different things, good at a lot of different things, which I think makes him great. When we drafted him, we thought with his size, his power, athleticism, he would get us 10 to 15 sacks every year. Obviously, didn't turn out that way. We eventually wind up trading him in the middle of last season to get a draft pick, which we'll again talk about in the next episode. Um, he really wasn't what we should have drafted at that time, but a player of his stature, Mike McCann just, I guess, figured that it was a player that he couldn't pass up on, even though at that particular time we did not need a defensive lineman. All the other picks, again, no longer NFL. So it pretty much goes to show you, out of all these 6 picks, only one is still in NFL. Pattern that we'll begin to see over and over again. All right, 2016, we have here Darren Lee, very fast. I would say not the greatest of tacklers, a guy that we thought would come in. Me personally, I thought he was a little too small for the middle linebacker position. I think us moving him to the outside would have been the best thing with his speed coming around that edge. And the list as far as 2016, I don't even want to talk about the second pick, so we're going to go past that. But it just goes to show you again how one player from 2015, and as of right now, I don't think any of these players from 2016 are still in the NFL. A pattern, people, a pattern of a person not having the right scouting department around him, not having the right pieces around him, and someone who just really showing us that he is not someone that was good at evaluating talent. Let's keep it moving to 2017, which I would say would have been his best year. Again, he drafted the best safest player, which was Jamal Adams, who has turned out to be, and it kills me how people always want to use the word arguably the best player when by far he is the best safety in football. Hands down, there's no argument on that. Next pick was Marcus May, which was kind of strange at the time when you're picking back-to-back safeties. But again, it turned out for us. I think May and Adams together are phenomenal, which would make the best overall, best safety tandem in football. Yes, May has missed time with injuries, but when he's in the game, he's a ball hawk. Man saved us a lot of wins. Well, a lot of, I would say, well, he definitely saved us with the Pittsburgh Steelers game by blocking that pass. Other games, intercepting passes, deflecting passes. Me personally, understand how a lot of people money this, money that. I think if you can say we have the best safeties or back half of the field in football, you would want to keep that together. But unfortunately, I know business is business. But free agency and money and stuff, again, we'll talk about in a separate overall show. But again, I wanted to go over, and as far as everyone else in here, no one else other than these two individuals, Jamal Adams and Marcus May, none of these guys, again, are continuously in the NFL. So we have 2015, 2016, 2017, and we only have 4 players out of those entire drafts that are still in the NFL. Let's keep it moving on to 2018. I want to say this. We're going to spend a little extra time here. Now, me mentioning again, how do we get to this point? This actually goes to credit to that. This is where we gave up a first-round pick and 3 additional second-round picks in order to draft Sam Darnold. I think he's good. He has the opportunity to be phenomenal, given if we could get him some, time to study in the pocket, him continue to grow. A lot of us continue to forget how young he is. It showed last year when, after he got more comfortable, he started telling Adam Gase what plays he wanted to run. And, there are sometimes you can't force certain situations on certain players. And the fact that he was able to do that on his own, I think speaks volumes. So, we had at this time Teddy Bridgewater as on our roster. This is a guy who was already a proven good quarterback. The only issue with him was he healthy? Could he come back from that gruesome injury that occurred? And he showed with us in training camp and throughout the season that yes, he can. Me personally, the fact that he signed a contract with the Panthers for about $21 million per year compared to all these other quarterbacks in the 30s. And then you also have the quarterback in Dallas Cowboys who's looking for about $40 million per year. Kind of tell us the type of mentality this particular quarterback is. I think Teddy Bridgewater would have made a great quarterback for us. The picks we gave away, just two of the picks, was Nelson, and I apologize, I forgot the linebacker that the Colts picked, but you have two guys who've been to the Pro Bowl. One won the linebacker 1 year, the guard 2 years. So you got two valuable players that could have been contributing with the New York Jets. Not going to cry over spilled milk. Shoulda, coulda, wouldas. But again, I wanted to point out about a lot of the situations that happened that, again, brought us to this point that we are now, where we're trying to climb out of the gutter. We're trying to climb out of the same old Jets, the bottom of the heap. Again, I like Darnold. I think he will surprise a lot of people. I think he will bring us to the promised land if we surround him with the great, a better offensive line, playmakers, and again, we'll talk about that in the future. We have Shepard. We also have Chris Herndon, which again, I love Chris Herndon. He showed his rookie year. The fact that he's a monster, he's an animal. He's hard to stick. Great hands, great ability, great athleticism. So keeping him healthy and in this offense would make our offense very, very potent. Another person I want to come out here is Fakasi, who didn't really show a lot of promise under our former head coach, but showing the importance of having Greg Williams there. I love Todd Bowles as a defensive coordinator, but as a head coach, no. So again, Trent, I don't know if he'll make the team again. He was injured all of last year. But I would say 2018 was by far McCagnon's greatest overall draft as far as every single player that was drafted contributing. Even though all of them aren't still there, the majority of them are. So let's go to the last draft that we allowed him to draft for us. Again, not being a great evaluator of talent, I think Quentin Williams would be another Leonard Williams. I think he will be good at a lot of things, but he won't be a great player. We should have drafted Allen. We needed an outside linebacker. He was right there, and we passed him instead of drafting a player that we needed. Allen wound up having 10.5 sacks last year as a rookie. We could have used every single bit of that. So we drafted Quentin Williams, didn't have the greatest of rookie seasons, showed a little promise. Again, he was a rookie. It kills me how, there are some players that come in and dominate right away, but for some reason we keep picking the players that doesn't happen to. Paulette, again, didn't have the attitude issues, problems, not showing up. Didn't work out. Edoga again has some talent, the possibility of really becoming a great player. Tackle, maybe not great, really good, but again, he was a rookie. He's gonna have hiccups in a lot of these things. So be it. Wesco again is more of a blocking tight end, but he did have one great play for us. Cashman, a guy that I think has the ability to, I think he needs to put on some more muscle, a little more strength to play the middle linebacker, but I think this is a guy who can cover, a guy who can tackle. I just think, again, give him another year or so. I think he will be a very good inside linebacker for us. And my best pick for 2019 was Blessed Austin. The only reason we were able to get Blessed Austin was because of his two knee injuries and the fact that we took a chance and we knew he was a good player. We knew he was someone that can really come in and contribute. But the great thing we did is we didn't force, we didn't rush him to come back from an injury. We allowed it to be, more of a natural. When you're really ready to play, we'll let you come in and play. And he's proved he's, what you want as a cornerback, height-wise, weight-wise, instincts, athleticism. He fixed that mold. Yes, he got benched after giving that long touchdown away. But, again, throughout the course of the year, he showed you his instinct and his ability to be on the ball. The fact that he wants to tackle, which coming for cornerbacks isn't always something that cornerbacks really want to do. Again, overall, a good draft, but again, not really paying attention to what we needed overall as a team. Everyone knows eventually we let McCagnon go. We brought on Joe Douglas, and I think when we talk about our other video, I explained to you, I think Joe really is going to bring us to that. When you hear the Jets, you'll think dynasty. But to go back to this video, this is the reason why we're in the situation we are now. We have owners who are good owners, great owners, but they are not football owners. And I think McCagnon may be good with numbers, but I don't think he was a great or good overall general manager. Eventually, we had to tear the Band-Aid off, and we did. And we had an overall good year after the mono and the fact that Sam Darnold went 6-2 the last 8 games of the year. And I don't think people understand how close to the playoffs the Jets were last year. We finished 7-9. The very first game we lost because of the field goal kicker. And if we had a reliable backup who could have won at least one, if not two, of those games, the Jets would have been in the playoffs. So I want people to truly understand that when they look at the New York Jets 2019 season. Shoulda, coulda, wouldas, yes. But our team isn't as bad as a lot of people out there will want us to believe. I think we have a good offensive coordinator, head coach, and I think we have a freaking phenomenal defensive coordinator in Greg Williams. So, again, I want to thank everyone for watching and tuning in to my very first episode of Jets Fan Views. Just want to let you know there are certain things I will personally never ask you to do, and this is no disrespect to anyone else who does this, but I will never ask you to press a button or to hit a bell. That's just me. If you like it, continue to watch, comment. It's on you. I do this because, again, I love the Jets. I am a diehard Jets fan. I am the guy that would sit there and watch a complete blowout like what the Patriots did to us on Thanksgiving Day. I watch every single second of that because I am a true fan. So it's just not the good. I also love us during the bad. and it teaches us a lot of things to come back stronger, how not to let it happen again. So again, if you guys want me to talk about anything specific, again, go to my website, www.truevibetv.com. Scroll all the way down to the bottom, the lower left-hand side. You're going to hit the arrow button down. You will hit this show, Jets Fan Views, enter your email, the topic, subject, or situation you would like for me, even if it's another team, another player you would like for me to discuss. I will interact with you, communicate with you back and forth with you via your email, and I will let you know exactly when I will be talking about that particular situation. But again, I will be uploading videos regularly leading up to the start of training camp, where it will allow me, again, to catch up with a lot of the situations that has happened throughout football leading up to our 2020. Again, I want to thank you for tuning in.